morning. Morris is making some noise in the front suspension. Thought it might be the lower control arm, but upon inspection, the bushings on that actually look decent. So the sway bar bushings look pretty rotted though. So I went ahead and picked up some of those. Apparently the Taurus has a myriad of various sized sway bars, and this one happens to have a 22mm sway bar. So the easiest kit I could find was an energy suspension one. It looks like it must be kind of somewhat universal. So, well, we're gonna work on getting this on. Gonna have to take both tires off. I already got this side pulled apart to inspect what was going on. But I'm gonna have to support the subframe, and we have actually got to drop the subframe down about an inch. So that's right there. Boop. That guy right there. One in the front, one in the back, so you gotta drop the subframe to get to the one in the back. I should be able to cut that off and then slide the new one on and put everything back together. So yeah, we'll see how long it actually takes. That worked. No, it was working. Push it. So much crud. Look at that. Good God. So it's right about here that I start to realize that I've got my wrench stuck. Yep, that's what I did to myself. Alright, managed to get it out. Had to drop the subframe even more. Pop the bolt right out. Gave me enough space to pry, and finally that thing came out. So, or the wrench came out, but I've got the sway bar pulled over to this side far enough that I have access to this bushing, because this bracket and bushing are all one piece. I basically just got to cut that off, so I'm going to take a wheel to that. And really all I've got is a Dremel, so we'll see how long this takes. So you can see I got cut through the metal here, and now I just have the rubber bushing underneath. I got to cut through that, and then I should be able to pry that off. So I'm just using a utility knife to get through the rubber part so I don't ruin the blades on my Dremel. Hoping I don't slip and murder myself. This thing is all loose and wiggly now. So wiggly. Spot right here. Keep catching on. I think I'm pretty much through. Oh yeah, get her done. You are no match for me. Oh, I gotta rest the neck for a minute. You want a thick neck? Work under a car. Probably how Goldberg got his neck. Being a car guy, climbing under shit, and after putting in a day of wrenching on cars, going into the weight room and doing nothing but shrugs. Getting there. Just waiting for a pop. Wham, slam. Wham, slam. Oh dear God. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that was so good. Oh, I could feel that in my groin. In the best way possible. Almost there. Come on, you. Come on, you. It's just right there. It's right there. Come on. Can we wiggle it off the end here? You think we can wiggle it off the end? Can we wiggle it off the end? Twisty, 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 twisty. Come on. I see why I was making noise. Square, square. See that gap? Come on, you. Just a little more. Just bear with me here. I feel like I'm at the limit of my prying. At least with these bars. Oh my gosh. Bam. So I've run into one more thing. So the suspension kit that I got. I mean, it's kind of a universal kit for a 22 millimeter sway bar, but it was the only one that came with brackets. Problem is that there's definitely a gap on the front side, so I'm trying to figure out, for one thing, probably got to use a longer bolt, and I don't have any right now, and I don't really have time to be running around. I don't think there's anything open now. It's pretty late on a Saturday. Maybe I could look up and see if there's a hardware store somewhere open, but I'd be surprised. So that's one thing. The other thing is trying to figure out how to kind of create like a spacer there. Probably just a stack of washers would be my guess. So we'll see what we can do. Yay. So I dug a little deeper and I did find these bolts that are just a little bit longer and the right size. I think they're actually seat retaining bolts from the Escort, but put a couple of washer spacers in there and that seems to do the trick. So I think it's gonna work. Yes. All right, so I'm all finished up. Just want to recap everything that I did. I had to drop the subframe down just a little bit, disconnected these sway bar links at the sway bar, worked off the two 13 millimeter bolts, got my wrench stuck so you can work it and then flip it around to the open end, is what I learned. And then once you have all that apart, you got to cut off the old ones. I must have thrown it away already. Oh, there he is. Cut off the old one because it is welded in place. Pry that off and then clean off, lube up, put the new ones in. For this particular one, I had to create some spacers and I had to get a longer bolt for the front. So now that front bolt is a 14 millimeter versus a 13 millimeter in the back. But got those all in and tightened up and reconnected the link here. I actually took off the tie rod ends also to make it a little easier to work in here, and also they needed to be replaced, so I replaced those too, but it did make it a little easier to work in here with these up out of the way. And then of course put your subframe bolts back in, torque them down really good. It was 111 foot-pounds for that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And I just gotta throw the tires back on, so sweet.